Hi, everybody. Welcome back for Sunday School. It's so good to be with you again. This week we have a real treat. The Sinnwells are going to help lead us in song and a Bible story and play a game with us. And so thank you to Lydia and Harper and James and also Jason for leading us this week. Right now would be a good time to pause the video for those of you who have a Spark Story Bible. Go ahead and grab the Bible so you can follow along during the story. We'll be on page 298. We're reading about the vineyard workers, and there is a famous line in this story that we hear. It says, "The last will be first, and the first will be last when it comes to God." This is a really interesting story Jesus is telling us. Jesus is teaching us that the way the world used to be, before Jesus existed, was all about rules and law. And only certain people were elevated. Only certain people got the goodness of God. It was a small group. And you only had to forgive 7 times. It was just a little bit of forgiveness. And there were all these rules. The way I kind of think about it is math. You know, in math, it makes sense. So those of you who are back in school, maybe you're doing really advanced math, like 1 + 1 equals 2, that's right. 4 + 4 equals 8, that's right, you got it. And it all just makes sense, right? It's this and this equals this. And that's always consistent. Well, Jesus is flipping it all upside down. 1 + 1 doesn't necessarily equal 2. Maybe it equals blue. I know, that's a weird story. I'm not really helping that. But the point is this. It's not always, if you do this, then you get this. So if you follow all of the rules, then you get to go to heaven. Jesus is saying that everybody gets God's love and grace, gets a piece of the kingdom, the same amount. There's so much room in God's kingdom that we all have space there. We're all invited. It doesn't matter if we follow all the rules. It doesn't matter if we're perfect all the time. We all get God's love and grace in complete abundance. We get so much of it, and that is amazing news. So thank you for sharing the story with us, Sinnwells, and let's get ready to sing a song.
Join us in singing My Father's House. Come and go with me to my Father's house. Come and go with me to my Father's house. It's a big, big house with lots and lots of rooms. There's a big, big table with lots and lots of food. Yum, yum. There's a big, big yard where we can play football. It's our house. It's our Father's house. Come and go with me to my Father's house. Come and go with me to my Father's house. It's a big, big house with lots and lots of rooms. There's a big, big table with lots and lots of food. There's a big, big yard where we can play football. It's our house. It's our Father's house. Today's story is about the vineyard workers. We have our Spark Bible to read from today. Jesus told this story to teach about God. A farmer needed workers for his vineyard where he grew grapes. Will you work in my vineyard? He asked some people. Well, how much will you pay? They said. 1 day's pay, the farmer said. Okay, said the people, and they went to work. The farmer hired other workers at different times all throughout the same day. When they were done, at the very end of the day, the farmer paid all of the workers the same. The first workers were angry. Hey, you paid the last workers the same as us, they said. We worked longer in the hot, hot sun. And then the farmer answered, I gave you what I promised you. Are you upset because I'm being generous to the others? Jesus said that God is generous, just like the farmer. The last will be first, and the first will be last with God, he said. And so ends the reading. Do you guys think it was fair that people that worked like 1 hour at the end of the day got paid the same amount, a whole day's wages? What if I said, all right, let's clean up the kitchen, then we can all go do something fun, like go to a movie or something, which we can't do because it's a pandemic. But let's say I say, who wants to clean up the kitchen? And then James cleans the kitchen with me for like 3 hours. And at the end, we get to go to get ice cream. Harper decides in the last 15 minutes to help as well. And she gets the same exact ice cream. And Lydia helps 5 minutes as well. But James helped 3 hours. Do we all deserve ice cream? I guess you can't really have be at the ice cream store and be like, well, Harper just gets a little bit, James gets a lot of ice cream, and Lydia gets a little bit too. Can you do that? I suppose you could, right? But what's God's kingdom like? Is there like a little bit of God's kingdom? A lot of it?
There's a lot.
A lot? There's no little? Can you divide it? Can you divide it like, well, Harper, you get a little bit of God's kingdom. Can you divide God's kingdom? Why not? Can you get a little bit of heaven? Or a lot, or is heaven all pretty much the same deal? You either decide you're going to help and be good at any time, but as long as you end good, you get the deal at the end. And that's what Jesus is saying. That's God's deal. Heaven can't be divided. Heaven can't be split. Heaven can't be just small portion of heaven. Heaven is heaven. That's the deal. And you get it if you believe in God and love God. This is a lesson from the parable of the workers in the vineyard. And we're going to do it as a game. And there's going to be a reward at the end. All of them have agreed to do the game where we're going to pick up toys in the yard. And at the end, they all get the same reward. What's the reward?
Cotton candy!
All right. Now, some of you will get to pick up more toys. And you're going to be number 1, number 2, and number 3. And you're going to go at different times. I'm going to say 1, and you get to pick up toys one at a time, as fast as you can, and bring them back here. Okay? So the more you get, the better. Got it? All right. Number 3. One at a time, one at a time. Keep going, keep going. All right, number 3 is done. Number 2. James, 2. Keep your items separate when you get back. All right, he's done. Number 1. All right, number 1. No, number 3. Sorry, number 3. Number 2. James, you're number 2. Number 1. Faster, faster. Oh, you got a good pile there. You got a good pile. Oh, I guess I kind of lost track here. Number 3. And number 2. Awesome. Wow, you guys did a lot of different numbers of toys.
Should we count it up?
Yeah, count how many you got.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4? Awesome. Good job, buddy.
8.
8. You did amazing. That's awesome. Way to go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What do you guys think about all getting the same rewards for all the things you picked up? It's the same amount in all of those. Is that fair? James thinks it's fair. Was that fair?
Yeah.
You're ruining my lesson. You're supposed to say it's not fair.
Okay, it's not fair.
Because Harper did so much more work. And you did so
Yeah,
much
but it
more
was
work.
fun, so, and it doesn't matter what we get.
Okay, I got it. All right, good job on your game.
That was a fun game, Sinnwells. Okay, I think all of you should go out and pick up as many toys as you can right now. Did you all go? How many did you get? Okay, well, for those of you that have already cleaned up your toys today, I know there's a lot of you that have cleaned up all your toys, so there's none to pick up. What's something else we could do? Well, we're talking about how God loves us unconditionally. Even the last shall be first. All of us get the best reward at the end, no matter what. And so I'm wondering, maybe you could do something really nice. Maybe you could write a letter, or you could draw a picture, or you could say something really nice or do something really nice for somebody, even if they didn't do something nice for you. And that's just a way we can show how we can give grace and love and forgiveness to people, even if they do something or say something that hurts our feelings or maybe wasn't very nice. We can still show them and give them nice things. So I encourage you to write a letter or draw a picture. Go do something nice for somebody today. And that will be our craft/activity. Have a great week, boys and girls. We'll see you next time.